How do you stop early childhood prejudice? What lesson could you possibly give to prevent a child from growing up homophobic? Well, as it turns out, that may require living in the group's shoes to see the harm that it grows.
I'm not gay. I'm not gay. It was a joke, guys. Come on. I'm not gay.
Hi, hello, and welcome. As you may have noticed, I am 3D today. I have come today to introduce a series I'd like to try, Hyperfixation Fridays. Every Friday applicable, I would like to make a video sharing the current or resurging hyperfixation of mine, and today I have to share with you a new one. Hooray! This is the 2011 movie Remington and the Curse of the Zombadings, the highest grossing Filipino movie of that year. The movie starts with a young Remington. It is a montage of scenes in rural Philippines, showing him pointing at various men with makeup and colorful outfits while yelling what may be constituted for the Tagalog equivalent of the F slur. This culminates in him doing so in a cemetery, shouting at a man who is praying, and the man then responds stating that he is gay and that one day Remington will be too when he grows up. The movie cuts 16 years in the future. Remington is a young adult. We then receive information about the mysterious murders that have been going on in that town. And, well, Remington's mom, a police officer, is investigating. Remington meets a girl named Hannah, who seems to have something to do with the cases. There have been plenty of murders in that town involving men being found with wigs and makeup and mysterious green goo. After successfully fumbling Hannah, Remington is caught by his friend Jiggs, who takes him downtown to where his friends like to drink together. As they go by, they see Hannah's enormous house that doesn't really look too furnished from the outside. When they get to the drinking area, they are then asked by a man whose acquaintances with them if they would like to work on a house in the area. It's then revealed it's the same house. Remington, wanting to try to flirt with Hannah again, of course immediately agrees and offers up Jiggs as tribute. Then, suddenly, after having agreed to one of the best things he could ask for, the unexplainable happens. Remington is then attacked by what seems to be a faceless shadow figure with long hair and a butterfly tattoo on his chest. When Remington awakes, all his body hair is gone, and something about him seems tiniest bit strange. Remington, after doing a little bit of housework, goes to bring the drinks that were brought to him back to the family. Hannah then initiates a bit of a conversation, but then mentions the reason why she did not want to talk to him before, because she had known that Remington, when he was a young boy, used to be very homophobic and had said awful things to her father before he had passed. It is also revealed that Hannah's mother now dislikes anything colorful or joyous because it reminds her of him and the person he was. After absolutely once again fumbling Hannah, he goes to talk with his mother about the attack, and as she is a police officer, she decides to use her power to get help, trying to see if he recognizes any of the potential suspects, though he doesn't recognize anyone, and he is not very sure that they are going to ever find him. After being attacked once again by the mysterious faceless figure, Remington wakes up to realize that something is different. His speech is different. Of course, his body is still different as it was before. And he also notices he can't really talk the same. He can't dress the same. It's like he's a completely different person, almost. We later cut to a conversation between Remington's dad and his friends. And while speaking together, one of the friends slowly comes to realize that he was the one who was committing those crimes. He killed the drag queens. And before he could properly do something to save his friend is caught by this machine, the one used to kill the drag queens, and the friend now becomes an accomplice. We are then shown a scene which I believe is one of my favorites. It's so good, in fact, that I can't even commentate on it. I'm just going to show you this whole scene in full. Jig sleeps over at Remington's place after having a fight with his father, though it seems like Jiggs is a lot closer than he usually is with Remington. And Remington, despite already having a crush on Hannah, starts to feel a little bit differently towards Jiggs. I think the tension is very obvious in this scene especially. Remington and his friend Georgia, who wears makeup and is feeling unsafe because of the murder news, decide to go to a faith healer to ask if there's anything they can do about Remington's curse. The faith healer then tells them that they have to find the person who cursed Remington in order to get them to lift the curse. effects, and that eventually leads to them finding out the only way to reverse the effects is by passing them on to someone else. After that, we need to tell find a replacement for Remington. They eventually meet the murderer who had done this spree using the special machine he has. It was Remington's godfather. He kills Pops and quickly escapes. Pop's assistant, a younger boy who is now very much enraged, decides to perform a ritual to bring all the victims back from the dead in order to exact revenge, which causes what the movie calls an invasion of zombadings. You can guess what those are at this point. Eventually, Remington walks in on his father and godfather having an argument, and when this happens, Remington feels that he should tell them about the curse that has been put on him, and after that happens, his godfather attempts to use the strange-looking machine, which has been nicknamed the Gaydar, on him, but it doesn't work because he isn't actually gay, it's just the curse. And then his father agrees to take on the curse for him, and as he does so, the god uses his power, and the zombies all, well, they don't die or anything, but they just are not vengeful anymore. And the godfather then sacrifices himself. After the zombie invasion, there is a scene where Remington is playing the piano with Hannah and Jiggs, and even though it is already stated that the curse is gone, there's romantic tension between all three of them, so if I were you, I'd just assume they formed a polycule, honestly. And after the scene between them, which is heavily romantic, there is then a scene between Remington's father, who had sacrificed himself, and Remington's mother. They are just watching some guy take his shirt off, and they both like that. And that's the end of the movie. The humor and editing style of this movie feels very modern. No matter what year it is or what language you speak, you can very much appreciate many of the jokes in this movie. The creators made a very unique choice, one that ultimately places this movie as one of my top 10s. They decided to add unique special effects for the sake of creating the atmosphere. For example, as one of my favorite scenes, which I played earlier, Remington kind of feels his psyche being taken over, and the special effects exemplify that. It's like people say that when you're on an acid trip, you can't tell what you're doing is bad because your brain's reprogrammed to make the experience feel better. One of the greatest uses of literary devices in Zombadings was its use of symbols. I believe the man who cursed Remy has a pink scarf in the first scene of the movie. When Remington first notices the changes in his body, the pink scarf is there. When he is attacked, the scarf is there. When the zombies attack, the scarf swallows up the moon, and it looks almost like the moon's wearing a hijab. At the end of the movie, there's a person on the street with that same scarf. I believe that this scarf represents homosexuality as a whole. With everything bad, Remington sees the scarf, leading him to believe it is to blame. Yet the scarf does nothing harmful. He associates the scarf with these traumatic events, the same way people generalize this group and associate them with predatory behaviors. I feel that this is a very good representation in this movie, and for a production in the Philippines, which, let's be honest, did not have much of a budget, it did very well with what it had.